The best loot route in DayZ 1.22 on Chernarus. Now before we jump into it, make sure you guys drop a like on this video and maybe subscribe, because I do put a lot of time and a lot of effort into my videos, so if you would do that for me, I would really appreciate it, and thank you very much. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to get a Chernarus spawn or a below the spawn. You want to head over to below the airfield and loot around for military clothing. Maybe if you're lucky you can get some pistols and maybe an SG. Then after that, you want to go over to below the town, loot around below the town for food, water, and etc. Maybe find some clothes and stuff. And there is a faucet in this town, so if you do need water really bad, there is a faucet. Now right here, you want to take a right. Now I'm not going to put left and right on every single clip, so just make sure you follow my camera. Or to make it even easier, you could just pull up this video while taking this loot route, because that would probably make it easier. Now here is a random town. There's not too many buildings right here. There's not too much of anything. There's not even a faucet right here, so you can choose to loot this or you can just pass it. In the next town is going to be Drozino. There's nothing here really either. You can loot the houses if you want to for some food and water. There is a store, so you could possibly get lucky and maybe find a Tundra and some 308. And if you keep going, there is Zelenogorsk, which this city does have a whole bunch of juicy buildings like a fire station. It's got a store, it's got a hospital, it's got a military, it's got a whole bunch of stuff. And this is where I usually get my plate carrier. You can get one if you kill a zombie, or you could possibly get a camo one from here. I'm not 100% on that one, but I'm pretty sure you can. Actually, yeah, you can. I just now thought of it. Yes, you can. I just now remembered I was playing official the other day and I did find a camo plate there, so yes, you can. But anyways, I usually find a whole bunch of food in Zeleno. This is where you can find most of your base building supplies. If you're really trying to build a base, this is like a phenomenal loot route to take. The next town is going to be Sosnovka. This town doesn't have too much of anything, just a whole bunch of houses, and it does have a faucet, so if you do need water, make sure to stop at the faucet. Now the next one is going to be Sosnovka Military. There's only a couple tents here, so there's not really much of anything, but you could possibly get some loot. So the next city is going to be called Psushka. There's not too much of anything right here. There's just a whole bunch of buildings, so you can loot it or you can skip it. That's your decision. The next one's going to be Vybor. There is a police station here. There's a hospital. This is where I usually get like a whole bunch of base building supplies too. So if you're really trying to build a base, I would really recommend following this loot route. And then once you hit this little intersection right here, if you look to your right, there's going to be a stream, and you want to follow that stream all the way down to VMC Military. Now you really want to be careful right here because you're probably going to see somebody right here. So make sure you guys have your eyes open, make sure you're being sneaky, and make sure you're being cautious because there's going to be some people right here. And this is a really good military to loot. You're going to get some juicy loot from there. So after that, you want to go back to the stream and you want to follow it all the way back to that intersection, and then you want to take the road that goes to Northwest Airfield. Now this is where it can get very dangerous. There's going to be some people here. It's going to be a 50-50. Sometimes when I come here, I don't run into people, and sometimes when I come here, I run into like 10 people. So, you know, it's a 50-50, but make sure you loot every single part of this. There's a couple spots where you can just skip because there's not going to be too much loot, but this is going to be a very important place that you need to loot. This is where you really need to pay attention to your surroundings and make sure you watch out for people and make sure nobody's following you or spying on you or anything like that, because people can be very sneaky around Northwest Airfield. Now this is going to be the north part of Northwest Airfield. There's a whole bunch of barracks and stuff like that. There is like a little radio tower. A lot of people like to camp up there, so I would make sure you look up there and make sure nobody's up there. And then after this, you want to head north towards Novaya Petrovka. You can see it in the distance right there, so you want to go that direction. Now the next city is going to be called Novaya Petrovka. This is where I usually find most of my base building supplies: nails, saws, code locks, you name it, it's going to be right here. And especially Topolinki too. Topolinki is an awesome spot to find base building supplies too. Make sure you loot this whole area. Like after you loot Topolinki and Novaya, you have a base right there, I'm telling you. Now the very last location is going to be DayZ. Now this is where you can find some of the best loot in the game. It's going to be right here at DayZ Military. This is where I find my KO 101s, landmines, grenades, all of that fun stuff. You're going to find it right here. Now make sure you loot every part of this. The main part you really want to loot is going to be these military tents right here. You don't want to miss them. This is where you're going to find a whole bunch of ammo and a whole bunch of awesome loot that you will need on this journey. So that is going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. If you do have any questions, because I know a lot of videos just like this one can be very confusing on where to go, because there's going to be a lot of turns and there's a lot of locations to loot. So if you are confused about anything, just let me know. Everybody have a good day. Everybody take it easy. Everybody be safe, and I'll see you guys in the next DayZ video. Peace.
I'ma always be myself. I never care what people say. I would never be ashamed. I tell these kids to chase the dream.